They put it on 3 times. Yo, let me get those likes up now. Got one viewer up in here. What up, y'all? Can y'all hear me too? I got these headphones in with the we call that noise cancellation. So I can semi hear music in the background, but it sounds like I'm muffled because it's clearly covering my ears. It's like similar to if somebody was to do this and start talking, and you hear your muffled, your audio of your own voice muffled sounding. Just confirm that y'all can hear me in the comment section. YouTube is so inaccurate with the telling me who's in and who's really not in the room. My views just shoot up, and then shoot right back down. I never really know who's really in the room. I can't really tell. Oh, look like my chat is on. And I'm mad. I used the wrong guard, so I didn't want to completely take off my beard, but I did. It cut it much lower. I was like, man, I feel like a naked mole rat now. I wasn't supposed to cut it this low. I wanted to give it the 5 o'clock shadow look, but I didn't want it to give it this low. So it's awkward looking at myself. I feel naked, unmasked. So I'm over here in the gym, man. I hate that I ate more than what I was supposed to yesterday, so I'm a little bit bloated. So I got to walk it off and hopefully get some sleep tonight. I woke up a little bit later than I was supposed to, and I didn't get what I needed to do accomplished with my business. So, yep. And why y'all so quiet, man? Why y'all just staring? Y'all ain't saying nothing in the comment section, making me feel very uncomfortable inside of this gym. We got Connor. What up, Connor? What up, man? And I find it so interesting when I get on YouTube and I watch certain YouTubers, and I'm just like, how do people sit here and watch these type of people that are just not charismatic? They talk in the same monotone, and they have no personality whatsoever. But then again, they may attract people who are like that as well. So who knows? But this individual's audience, they also point out that the fact that let's see how people do it. See, on one hand, as much as these little gender wars that we have, that we go back and forth with male versus female, and how the women need to be held accountable, but the men got to be equally as accountable. Though I'm be honest with you, I see some very unremarkable people that I come across from both sides. So when I hear women talk about how they think that they deserve better, and how they were so-called battered and bruised by this horrible man, and how they deserve so much better for the world. And I'd be like, no, you got exactly the type of man that was fitting for you, which is a low life, because you essentially are the same person. Birds flock together. That's the thing that kills me is it's just like, no, you don't deserve better. You don't. You got exactly the level that you were supposed to get. It's just that you're very delusional of who you thought you were. Because I talked to so many, women say the same thing. It's just that I'm just so I have such a big heart, and people take advantage of my kindness. And when I give and when I love hard. And it just so happens conveniently that all these guys have the same prototype, that they're low functioning, they're not that intelligent, they're not that witty, they're not that bright, but then somehow, some way, you couldn't spot that about this individual. That just goes to show me that no, that was intentional. That was definitely on you. So no, you're not deserving of a higher quality man whatsoever. Because even when I'm talking to these guys, it's just like, dude, what female gives you any play whatsoever? It's just like, man, we are in some dire times. It's like, okay, if this is the bar that's set of attraction, we in some murky territories. Because I can't tell you like how often I come across just very basic bimbo surface level people, but they all feel like they deserve a quality person in their life, and it's just like, no, you're not giving out anything of high quality whatsoever to anyone, and your circle of friends and association is fitting. Sometimes I have to just sit in silence and listen, um, and secretly look down on people. To be honest with you, because it's just like this is terrible. And they share their unfulfilling lives, that they're not doing anything great with their lives. Nothing about them is remarkable by no stretch of the imagination, but they go on and elaborating. And sometimes I have to mince my words so that it doesn't come off as though I'm bragging because my accomplishments is so much more superior than yours. It's crazy. So, yeah, the bar is set low, extremely low. Even the idea of average, like your so-called average intelligence, is lowering and lowering and lowering. The bar is just getting lower and lower and lower that they got to set because people are becoming more immature, childish, and idiotic. Very pathetic. And I remember I was watching a podcast. I don't know if y'all familiar with this guy named Ty Lopez. He was known back in like what was that, 2015, 16, and he gave out an ad that was said, "Hey guys, here in my garage," and he has a Lambo behind him and a bookshelf. And he was like, "You want to know how I got this Lambo?" And then everybody kept exposing him as being a false, fake guru because he got his uh, money and riches from other sources other than reading books. But anyways, I was watching a podcast where he was talking about the IQ levels of people in society. And he was on Fresh and Fit podcast, actually. So I was listening to him and he was explaining how to add an alternative point to Fresh and Fit Where, Myron loves to talk about how guys don't care about IQ and a woman doesn't have to be intelligent. We don't value that. But then he offered another point of view that he agreed to an extent, but he was just like, man, a person with a high intelligence level, there's no way, let's say like a IQ of 135 would never be able to deal with a woman who has an IQ of like 100. And he was just like, they have nothing to talk about. Like there's nothing that would move him to to continue this relationship with this type of woman. So then it made me ponder on the idea that, I mean, I'm aware of IQ. I understand what IQ is, but I've never actually looked up the metric of what is considered high IQ and somebody with low IQ as far as their conversational style. So it led me to go to ChatGPT, AI, and look it up. And man, when I came with these results, they were appalling. That I wanted to look up what's the difference between, and this is exactly what I said to ChatGPT, give me the difference of a person of a high IQ 25 to 135 versus a person of the average IQ, which is 100 to 97 or lower. What does that conversation sound like? And man, when I looked up the IQ of a person of 100, what they sound like, boy, oh boy. So they gave me different scenarios of what it would sound like of a person with 100 IQ, right? So they did it like, say, for instance, you just came back from the movie and you saw your favorite movie or whatever. This is the conversation of how they analyzed the movie. This is their typical response. They would say, wow, that movie was really cool. I like the lights, and they had my favorite color red, and I got a chance to have finger food sandwiches. Like it was like so base within the level of speaking. And I'm like, you mean to tell me this is the average IQ? This is what it sounds like? Then it gave a scenario of someone in a grocery store and how they shop for food. And it was like, basically, it was like, I'm hungry. I like cheese. Cheese is my favorite. I want some pizza. Or a whole bunch of just remedial level of reasoning. And I'm like, this sounds like a kid. Like, ooh, my favorite. Ooh, Lunchables. It was wild. So then now contrasting that with the 132 or 125 or higher IQ. This is what it sounded like. So this person comes back from the movies and they say, you know, the movie was all right. I wish it was a little bit more character development and the cinematography. They could have did a better job of capturing the moment with each scene so that we could have got a feel and sense of the overall sentiment of the theme of the movie itself. And so it was just going into all this rich detail and of the movie of how he critiqued it, or he or she. It didn't have a gender on there, but and I was just amazed, like, wow, I do that. As far as with the breakdown, or it talked about how a person with a high IQ, how it went to the grocery store, and how it's very conscious of I'm at the gym, and how it's very conscious of what they're feeding their bodies, such as looking at the nutritional facts, analyzing it, looking at different um, seasonings and different notes that they want to include within their diet, and have a real sense of each ingredient and how it nurtures the body and where everything goes to and what they're very particular about what how they want this dish to come out on their palate. It was so rich with detail, and I also do that. And it just blew my mind that I'm like, wow. So you mean to tell me the average person ain't thinking about none of that, none of that. It's just super basic. Their minds, their elevator only goes up so far, and then it drops back down. Very sad, and that's the average IQ. And that's why, when we talk about consent laws and they're adult, means absolutely nothing. Their age means nothing as it relates to an IQ score. Because they can literally have the mind of a 13-year-old or 13 to 14-year-old. And on the flip side, that 14-year-old could also be more intelligent than that grown adult and more mature. That's why these ages are um what's the word? Trivial. And who's another word I wanted to use? Not trivial, but arbitrary to an extent. Tard Chanel, you know what? What? What you got? What you got on your mind? But yeah, man, I just thought that was just crazy. I'm like, wow. So this is the average IQ score of the population. Sad. And this is why, and people when they critique Donald Trump about how he speaks at a fifth grade level, they say you just speak at a fifth grade level, and I'm just like, you do realize that the American populace reads at a fifth grade or lower level. So even if he was more advanced and spoke any more of detail where somebody couldn't understand it, they wouldn't understand it. Anyway. They wouldn't understand what he was saying no way. And she said, "You would be a good boxer. How do you figure that?" I've done kickboxing and a little boxing here and there. Where you get that from? I look like I'd be a good boxer, sticking and driving, driving and moving. But yeah, I just find it was truly mind bending. You think about it. The average person is an idiot, straight up. And that's why when I'm coming across these encounters of people, I can't figure out how could you be that stupid, especially when I'm talking to the opposite sex. But now I have a much greater understanding that yeah, it's not just me. Because I'm just like, this is bread and butter right here. This is the basics. And you need to tell me you can't comprehend what I'm saying, like your level of reasoning to be considerate and have the ability to think critically and deeply to what your decision making. You mean to tell me you are that unaware of yourself? But with the average IQ, they're not that conscious. They're not doing all that analyzing and trying to uh, tinker at things to that degree. It's all emotionally driven. You can get into their emotions, you're good. Still waiting for this person to comment and tell me why do they believe that I would be a good boxer. Well, my freaking mouth has been so dry. I need to get some lip balm. Left it at the crib. Super dry. It's actually pretty cold today. I was shocked. I'm like, dang, man, April, super chilly. It's been rainy, nasty. I mean, I ain't expect it to be like warm, but I ain't expect it to be this cold either. But yeah, yep. So I thought I'd just speak with y'all. 'Cause like I said, I'm trying to get more regular, get more into the flow of going live, speaking on here with y'all to chat it up. If you know what I mean. I definitely got to get the rest of this water weight. That's what I'm holding on to, some water weight today. Can't wait till my facial hair come back in because, like I said, I feel like a naked roll mole rat looking like this. So y'all quiet tonight, huh? Y'all just watching and just looking at me. Like I said, that makes me feel uncomfortable. This is strange. I don't like this. I don't like to just be watched. Don't nobody want to engage and talk back to me. I don't like that. I feel very strange. I don't like that. But I definitely been plotting on some different ideas because I do like the way the direction of Instagram. Instagram is starting to become a good place to post content too. Where I've been coming up with different creative things in my head to put together for Instagram for y'all to check out as well, which I think will be pretty insightful and entertaining to watch. Because, like I said, I'm going with the direction of infotainment, a little bit of entertainment, and a little bit of education. So, yeah, but pretty quiet tonight at the gym, too. It's not too many. It normally is around this time. So, I'm about to finish up on some cardio, get on the Stairmaster, get through this, and then try to get me some sleep. So, like I said, y'all quiet tonight. I'm gonna have to holler at y'all in the next one. Let me get through this workout. Y'all be smooth, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.